My only concern is, with it only having a guide pin on one side and a spring on one side, it's going to put tension, and then like even with a slight amount of pressure there, I can't push it back. So I reckon if I do a guide pin all the way through, springs on both sides, gives it equal pressure, especially with the weight of the axe head. Springs on both sides. So as you all already know, I'm not the best machinist in the world, or at all, but what I've actually done here to try and align it up is I turned it on the other side and I drilled a 6mm hole either side, which was lined up, and then I'm just cutting between the slots, which should make it right, maybe. Now I need to mark up where these pins are going to go. Before I continue on with the spring mechanism, I need to drill a hole for the locking pin, and I still have one of these left over from the hidden slingshot that I made. I need to drill an 8mm hole there, and then I'll mount that there, and then I'll have to build the relevant holes to lock it in and lock it out. Now I need to slot out the side and put the spring in and the clippy clip. It's a lot stronger than that other one, so that's going to work. And at least I'll be able to slot handle over the top of it. That's all the trigger mechanism and spring system together. I've temporarily fixed this just to test it out. That locks in nicely. So to get it back in, you just have to unlatch it and slide it in. Now I think I should put the axe head on there, and it'll be a case of getting the handle and then some mounting brackets for here before I build the armour. Jesus. After further thinking, I actually need to find out where it's going to mount first before I put the axe head on. So I'm going to do the mounting brackets first for my arm, and then I can figure out the axe alignment. So I'm going to do that. That's why I've got these on and this on, because I'm safe. I welded the loops on there, and then I've also welded some tube with a washer in the top, and then this is some Kevlar rope that I've got going through the pinhole. I'll change that. So now I need probably an axe head for there. That'll do. Now what I need to do is work out where I'm going to cut it, measure the tube that it's going on for thickness, going up until it meets. I've got the blade welded on. I got a bit excited and I put a little point on there. I was going to just put a washer on, but that looks better. Load G-cam, and there we go. I'm a metal worker. I should actually be putting this together now and finishing up, but I don't like the way it looks. It just looks like an axe is sticking out the top of my hand for no reason whatsoever. So I'm going to try and put a covering over the end of it, what the axe will protrude through. Maybe. This isn't exactly the idea I had in mind, but now I've lined it up ready to scribe the lines. I quite like the claw looking things with the spike. So what I'm going to do now is scribe across here so I can cut, and then I can weld these onto here. I took all this off and then I've extended the rod on there. I'm going to cut a patch of this leather out, which will sit nicely over here, and the bolts will go through and it'll glue on nicely. But I'm going to etch on a nice beautiful pattern so it looks pretty before I chop some wood. Pop. I know I forgot to press record as I put this on, but it sort of went like this. I've taped it down and now I'm going to put some clamps on it and leave it overnight because I'm going home to bed. I've left this guy to dry overnight. Now what I've done is I've taped it up and marked up because I'm going to put some rivets in each corner just to hold it nice and securely. Rather than the round over rivets, it's just a case of pushing them through and screwing them in. Everything's now ready to put together, so let's put it together, obviously.